You can't do it any better than that from a disguise standpoint. Wait till the last minute, and with a guy like Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, that's how you can stop the run. This is the Blueprint, presented by Microsoft Copilot, an official AI sponsor of the NFL. We're going to be talking Jonathan Taylor and that offensive line of the coach. We're going to be talking the explosiveness that Jonathan Taylor has and that vision. But we're really going to talk about how to slow that down possibly with the defensive side. We're going to hear from some of the NFL superstars. And we got Tennessee's Titan Jeffrey Simmons here, who plays against him twice because they're division opponents. So let's see what he got to say about Jonathan Taylor.
Every time you step on the field, every time you watch tape, you like, this O-line worked very well together. This O-line is the reason why Jonathan Taylor get going. They communicate very well up front. One thing, like I said, they do very well is they double teams. If they end up getting a good double team on you, good luck. He have the speed and vision and the patience in the backfield that, if you're not gap sound, they'll make you pay as a whole team. So.
And as a player, retired player as I am, I hear a lot of key points in there on what he's saying. Like, guys got to be where they're supposed to be, on defense. But that offensive line is the reason why Jonathan Taylor goes. Again, football is the ultimate team sport. Let's take a look at the images here. This is Microsoft Copilot and this AI technology that they're using on the sideline. So easy too, man. Hit all, you go to second down, and we already got the plays like that. Why they couldn't have this 10, 15 years ago? Instead of 64 interceptions, 84? Who knows? Let's see how we can put some pressure on this offensive lineman on here, see what the Dolphins do to do that. And as you can see quickly, they already got 8 in the box. As you look at the images here, I think this guy's disguising a little bit right here. Just because of his body language tells you things. See his body language right there, how he's leaning in. Everybody else kind of looked different. He looked like he's communicating and telling him something, but everybody looks different. From a defensive side, I'll be looking at these guys. Like, his head is high right here, his head's high, head high. I'm thinking pass. Like, I'll be thinking pass right here because just of what they're showing. I would love to know if this offensive coordinator had it in where this quarterback could read this and throw this ball outside. Because look at that. It looked like a run. This guy's pulling. He's pulling to get this guy. He should have him sealed. He got him reached. They got them reached. He'd come off and get this guy. That's the run you want. His back is turned, or you want to throw that ball right here, let him block him. That's his guy, one-on-one tackle. That's a hell of a play design because it's a power coming from the same side, too. That's tough. But you also got this guy blitzing off the edge. That's a long play, so he probably make the tackle. But that's Jonathan Taylor, so might be tough. Let's get to the video. What I would tell you guys, and this is me talking to the offense, when they're disguising on defense, you got to know who people are. This guy is the safety. The safety is known to be where? Here. So if they're blitzing, they're probably gonna blitz this guy, right? And which they did, though in a situation where you got a guy like Dick LeBeau and Troy Polamalu, they can move him around, so you gotta be careful and know that guy's ability. You gotta know your opponent. This is a long developing play. You gotta pull this guy got a hinge, and you running the power back to the strong side. It took too long. Now, back to that O-line. Right? Jonathan Taylor has great vision, great abilities. He's explosive. But when this guy comes and do this, everybody's mediocre. If he make that block right there, we might see Jonathan Taylor explode through here. And that tackle need to push that guy out, make the play. So we can see that explosiveness in the vision of Jonathan Taylor, because that's why we're watching it. But we're also watching it on how to defend them. So stack the box, disguise your defense. Don't let them know what you're in defense, no offense. And that's how you slow them down. That's the blueprint. Let's take a look at Nick Bonito talking about Jonathan Taylor's abilities.
He's definitely probably one of the better backs in the league. The way he's able to find a gap and literally explode through it and be able to finish runs, and I feel like when he hits the second level, that's what really separates him from other backs, is being able to get to that second level and separate from DBs, linebackers, and just make home run runs. So I feel like that's kind of what makes him special.
Jonathan Taylor definitely is a special running back, without a doubt. He's got plenty runs, and you can see the explosiveness, everything. He got the vision. He got the stability, the ability to take a hit and still be up, get those rack yards, you know what I mean? So now let's go to the images and see how the defenses could stop or slow down Jonathan Taylor and those Colts offense. We're gonna go to no gain. Sometimes it's tackle for loss. No gain on here, baby. And we got the images right now that's showing like the Steelers are clearly leaning here towards the right, and that safety's walking down. They gotta be thinking run. You got two tight ends, and the back is at home. When I say at home, he's right behind the quarterback. This is the home spot. If he's in shotgun, that'd be like a sidecar type of thing. It's different. You can see what Jonathan Taylor sees from a defensive side. Like, if I'm him and I'm looking at this play from half line, well, you want to run the ball. You're not really thinking this guy is coming down, but he can see it, and that's one guy to beat. You want to run it back on the DB all day. The safety came down. They pressed the pocket the way we did. They didn't pull anybody from an offensive side. And I mean, that's what you want from an offensive perspective, but defense did exactly right, because this guy is fighting hard to keep that tackle or that guard occupied on him to free him up and to free him up. The guard and the center, one of them guys got to come off. And right now they can't because he's fighting so hard. I think the gap integrity of the Steelers defense on this is what helps them. We got to go to the video. Let's go watch this, baby. From the images, we knew that the Steelers was showing the two shift, right? And we know that's what the quarterbacks see in this situation. You can't do it any better than that from a disguise standpoint. Wait till the last minute on the quarterback to drop in there. He never make the check. They run the ball right to the safety dropping in. And now that confuses the offensive line. That make the offensive line delay for a second to let a guy like Watt come around the end, make a play. So holding your disguised defensive backs, linebackers, it helps your D-line. It makes your quarterback, the offense, think. And with a guy like Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, you want to get 8 in the box sometimes, probably majority of the time when you're playing them. So, like the Steelers did, hold it, come down late. The receiver's not able to block you in the back. That's how you can stop the run. On this blueprint, we were able to see Jonathan Taylor get slowed down a bit. We watched the defense hold their disguise, and also the offensive line kind of missed some blocks, which we know this is a team sport. Jonathan Taylor is not as explosive and can't show his vision and his qualities without that offensive line. But you got to give hats off to the defense for making their plays and being where they're supposed to be. If you're asking me, that's kind of the blueprint to stop them, but it's all about execution. So good job on both sides. That was the blueprint for the day.